So there I was, West Palm Beach, Florida. I walked into the West Palm Beach Convention Center. Huge building, huge. I got registered for Date with Destiny. It was amazing. I was so excited. Started meeting people, started talking to people right away. Got registered, got down, walked into the room. Huge, 5,000 other individuals, 5,000 attendees from, I think it was 73 different countries. Huge room, tons of people, all there with one thing on their mind. How do I change my life? How do I live a more fulfilling life? How do I make a bigger impact for me, for my family, for my community, and for the world? And it was unbelievable. It was amazing. It was everything I could have dreamed it would be. And I learned so many things at Date with Destiny. So many things that people don't realize that they live on autopilot. They live based on their past programming. And you can change it. It's not hard. You have to try though. You have to be intentional with how you change it. And so that's what I was doing. I decided to start this new business. I knew that it was gonna be around live events. Now I just had to figure out, how do I use these experiences? How do I use these tools and tactics to not only change my life, not only change the life of my friends and family, but impact the world, help others change their own lives. And so that's what I was doing. I was trying to figure that out. And Date with Destiny was amazing. I got to connect with tons of people, got tons of ideas. There were so many amazing takeaways, but one of my biggest takeaways was just understanding your rules. So let me ask you this as a question. When I say, are you healthy? What does your mind say? What do you think about? When I say, are you healthy? What needs to happen in order for you to be healthy? See, each human on this planet, healthy means something different to every single person. Healthy for someone could be, I didn't eat at McDonald's today. Healthy for someone could be, I only ate one hamburger instead of two. And healthy for someone else could be, I had no meat, I had no dairy, I had none of that all day. See, we all have different rules around health, around finances, around life, around family, around everything. And if you don't know what your rule is to be healthy, chances are you're fighting an uphill battle. So you gotta figure out, what are your rules? What is the rule that makes you healthy? What is the rule that makes you successful? And so that's one of my biggest takeaways from Date with Destiny, is you must first learn your rules in order to own your rules. And as I was going through this experience, it just reinforced this mission I was on. Other people need to know about this. Other people need to experience this. They need to go through this. And so that's what I focused on. That's what I worked towards. How do I impact the world? So after Date with Destiny, I continued building my business. I had the idea, unboxing events. I'm running with it. Where am I running? What am I doing? How do I monetize it? Because as a startup, so unboxing events is a software company. We don't have software yet, but I'm building it. I'm working on it. As a startup, you need money. You've got to figure out, how do I pay for stuff? How do I make this work? And what I realized is because the software is going to help both sides of the event. It's going to help the participants decide which event is right for them. It's also going to help the people hosting events, the hosts. It's going to help them figure out, what do I need to fix about my event? What could I make better about my event? And so we're going to help people on both sides of the coin. And what I realized is, you know what? I should start by helping event hosts put on better events. Instead of rating them right now and getting people to tell them their event sucks, let's help them put on an better event and then rate them in the future once they have the tools, once they have the techniques. And so I started focusing on that. I started focusing on, how can I help people? How can I help people put on a better live event? A better event that has a bigger impact. And as I dove into it, reality set in. See, I love events. I love going to events. I love the energy. I love the experience. The biggest event I've ever put on myself up until this point, it's been like a 50-person workshop. Not an event, not a big event, not a real event. And not an event that followed the process that I had in my mind. So I realized, in order to provide the best value, in order to help the most people, I needed to build a team who was already good at this. If I went out and learned all the skills I need in order to tell people how to do better events, it would take way too long. And so I started talking to people, and I found my business partner. So Steve Warner, who is an amazing human being, amazing person, is my business partner as well. He's been doing live events. He's run his own live events for the last 6 years. He's a professional speaker, speaks on the ClickFunnels speaking team. Like, he has a ton of experience with live events. And so we got talking, and I was sharing with him the vision, the mission to change lives by helping them figure out the live event that's right for them. And we realized that he has the skill set that I lack. See, I can talk about events. I can go out and promote events. I can go be loud and create energy. Frankly, I'm not the right person to execute an event because I don't have the skill set. But now I don't need it. I will learn it as we're going through and working these events together. I will learn it. My business partner has it. Before he got into his own events, he ran events for 5,000 people from the hotel side. He managed the kitchen. So he has so much experience around putting on events that I lack. It was a perfect fit. And so we started working together. We started helping each other and figuring out, okay, this is where we need to go. This is what we need to do. And that's the journey we are on right now. We are helping people figure out, what do they need to do to take their business to the next level? What do they need to do to put on a live event, to put on a life-changing event? There's a reason I call this podcast the Life Changers Playbook, because I believe anybody who's putting on events is a life changer. They change lives, all in different ways, but live events change lives. I have seen it too many times to believe anything else. And so that's why we're helping life changers figure out, how do I put on an event? How do I put something together that's going to impact people? It's going to make people feel the emotions like they were in the story. See, you'll never find someone who cries on a webinar. You hardly find someone who's like, oh, that webinar was so great, I can't wait to see the replay. No. Most times, it's over and done with. A live event. Live events change lives. How many live events have you gone to where at the end someone's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to come back next year? Every single live event I've gone to, people talk about that. They talk about, oh, this was so amazing. I'll be back next year. So I want you to think about that. Do you have a live event? Are you a life changer? Maybe you should have a live event. Maybe your mission is so critical. Maybe what you do is so impactful that you should have a live event. I don't know. I don't know what you do. But we're doing a virtual event teaching people how to do a live event. So it's May 6th through 11th. If you want to come, there's a link somewhere around here. Just click on the link. It will take you to the landing page where you can get registered for this free event. It's designed to walk you through the process from how do I decide who I'm targeting? What do I offer them at the event? How do I structure the event? How do I pick speakers? How do I pick venues? How do I close at the event? How do I wow the participants? Oh, and a little tiny thing, how do I drive traffic to the event? See, all these things matter. And if you don't do it in the right way, you will get stuck. I talk to so many people who reach out a week, 2 weeks before their event, and they say, I got this event in 2 weeks. We got a room for 50 people. We only have 5 signed up, or we only have 10 signed up. 2 weeks is not enough time. I hate to tell you, but it's just not. You can do some stuff to get more people in, but you need to create a plan. You need a plan of attack. If you're gonna execute a live event, you need 6 to 8 months before that event to be planning, to be strategizing, to be putting things together in order for it to go off flawlessly. And, oh, by the way, there's never a flawless event, ever. Never. Every event. I was in a conference with 5,000 people last month. The mics went out. Middle of a presentation, mics went out. There will always be problems, but that's okay. There will be problems because it is complex. It does take a long time, but you change more lives. That event changed thousands of lives, gave thousands of people hope and direction and the resources they needed to get where they wanted to go. So I want you to think about that. Is a live event something that you should look at hosting? Is a live event something that a tool you could use to make a bigger impact on the world? Because my guess is, yes. My guess is you could. So again, we're doing this virtual event in just a couple weeks. If you click on the link somewhere, if you can go to my Facebook profile, Justin Stevens, and there will definitely be a link there. But just click the link, come join us, learn about events, and then you can decide, should I even worry about trying to put on an event? Because they are hard. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to make it sound like they're easy. Putting on an event is difficult, but it's not impossible. And there's a proven process to follow that makes it simple. You just have to follow it. So join us as we show you that process. We'll talk to y'all real soon.